everyone, it's me. I'm finally back. I haven't been here to post any more videos for a pretty long time, and I apologize for that. I missed you guys so much, and I felt really bad, but I've just been busy with everything, so I haven't had time to make videos or anything, and I hope that you guys can forgive me. Since I'm back, I've decided to do a tag! Yay, tags! The tag that I've decided to do is a book tag. I mean, I'm such a big voracious reader. I love to read. I am such a book nerd. So I figured a book tag would be appropriate for me. I love books so much. And I'm really excited to do this. Okay, so I'm going to be making two book tags. This first one is a this or that book tag, and then the second one is just a normal book tag. Now, it's time to start. Okay, let's begin. Question 1. Audio or book in hand? I prefer a book in hand. I don't really like it whenever people are reading to me, but I really like to read to people. So, I would prefer a book in hand, because I'd rather read to someone or read to myself. Question number 2. Softcover or hardback? I like them both, but hardbacks, if you read them so much, like this is my Eclipse book, me and my mom both love to read. So we've read this so much, it's falling apart. Like, you see, we've read it so much. Like, we've read all the Twilight books, a whole bunch. And then, like, in my Pride and Prejudice book, I haven't really read it that much, but, like, I don't like how they fall apart, hardbacks if you're reading too much, but I also don't like how if you open, close, and read softcover books too much, it, like, folds over and does that. I don't know why, but it drives me crazy. And the books, like, get all, like, crinkled after a long time, because I love to just that smooth whenever a book is new or hasn't been, like, used that much. I love that. So, they both have their pros and cons, and I like about these books how they're always cheaper, which I really like that. And hardbacks, I like how, say, like, you drip like a liquid or something on here, it doesn't stain it as it would a soft cover. They both have their pros and cons, but if I had to choose, I would probably say a paperback book would probably be my ideal type of book. Okay, number 3, fiction or nonfiction? I like fiction books. I mean, I'm not like hating on nonfiction books, but fiction novels, they entertain me more. Number 4, fantasy world or real life issues? I like both, but I would rather read a fantasy world book because I love to read about things that don't really exist, like fairies and vampires and werewolves and wizards and witches and all kinds of stuff. Like, I really like Harry Potter and Twilight. Number 5, Harry Potter or Twilight? Oh my gosh, that's like the death question. You don't ask a person Harry Potter or Twilight. I mean, how can you choose? I mean, you definitely can choose based on the movies, but I mean, on the books? Really? Well, I haven't read all of the Harry Potter books. I've read most of them, just not all of them. And I read all the Twilight books. This is hard. Because I really like the vampire werewolf thing. And I kind of like love triangles. I mean, like, not in real life, because then that would just suck. But in books, it's kind of interesting. Even though the person always ends up with the person that I don't want them to end up with. Not my choosing. But they're both really good books, and they're both by really good authors. Like, I love those people, and I love those books. But if I had to choose on books, I would choose Twilight. Mainly, I don't really know why, it's just, it seems like Twilight more appeals to me. They both have elegant writing. I mean, they're both very good. But I think, based on books, Twilight. But based on movie, I would choose Harry Potter, because I think they just jacked up the Twilight movies. Even though you cannot beat Taylor Lautner. But that's irrelevant. So next question. Number 6. Kindle, iPad, or other? My favorite, let's grab that. My favorite is Nook. I love Nook. This is my Nook Color by Barnes & Noble. I love Barnes & Noble. They're awesome. Nook, like my favorite. I mean, I've read on the iPad. I don't have an iPad and I don't have a Kindle, but I have a Nook, and I really love my Nook. It's awesome. Next question, number 7. Borrow or buy? I'd rather buy a book. I like the feeling of owning my book. Like, I don't like the feeling of not owning my book, because I think it feels more, how should you say? I don't know. But I feel like I can read it as much as I want if I own it, and I don't like the feeling of being so nervous. Like, what if I drop it and it breaks, or what if I spill something on it and if it's not my book? So, I'd rather buy. Bookstore or online? Bookstore. I'm not a fan of shopping online. Now, you can get some really cool stuff online that you can't really get in stores, but I like bookstores mainly because I love the atmosphere of a bookstore, and I love the smell of a bookstore. I love the smell of new books. I love it. So I'd rather go to a bookstore, like Barnes and Noble or something. Bookstore, definitely. Number 9. Tell Me One Time or Total Trilogy. I like trilogies. I like more than one book series. Like, I like how The Hunger Games is a 3-book series. I like how The Twilight is a 4-book series. Harry Potter 7-book series. I don't like it because in the first book, I mean, if you only read it in one book, it's like nothing much really happens. So, I mean, yeah, a lot does happen, but I like it better whenever it's a more trilogy or more. Number 10. Monster read or short and sweet? I love monster reads like Eclipse or Breaking Dawn again or Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I love monster reads or Pride and Prejudice and Jane Eyre. I like monster reads. I like to read for a long time because more happens and it's more captivating, I feel. And yes, I do just keep books on my bed, so if you're wondering where I'm getting all those books, I'm getting them off of my bed because I just sit them there. I don't know why I do it, but I like it. Number 11. Starry-eyed romance or full of action? Oh gosh. Well, I'm a girl, and all girls, well, most girls, like starry-eyed romances, but I'm also a tomboy, so I also like action. I've read more romances than actions. I like romance action novels where there's both. Kind of like The Hunger Games and Twilight, you know? I really like that. But if I had to choose, I think I'd rather read a romance than an action book. Mainly because I like to read in bed, like at night, you know? And I think romance is something better to read before you go to bed, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not dissing on action novels, but I prefer a romance. Okay. Number 12. There we go. Curl up in your snuggie or bathe in the sun? Curl up in my snuggie. I love my snuggie. Where is it? I have actually 2 snuggies. I have one that's a cheetah print snuggie and a peace sign snuggie. They're not in here right now. I think I'd rather curl up in my snuggie and read than to sit out in the sun. Okay, question number 13. Hot chocolate or latte? Latte. I like hot chocolate, but I like my lattes. I like lattes. Okay, number 14. Read the review or decide for yourself? I think I'd rather decide for myself because I'm a very opinionated and strong-willed person. So I don't like to just follow on what someone else says. I'd rather decide for myself, especially on books. I'm not picky with my books. Like, I will read almost any type of book that you throw at me. Well, not literally throw, but that you give to me. So I'd rather decide for myself. Okay, so that is all the questions, and I hope that you like to hear my opinion on stuff. And I will make sure to shoot that other book tag video, down in the description. So, hope you all had fun watching this, and thank you for your time. Bye!